my name's Rebecca. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I actually want to talk about some books I want to read before the end of the year. I did mean to start this last month, so I've got 6 books to read for each month to the end of the year, but there's only 5 months left now. I'm just going to keep it with 6 books because I do want to read all of these books by the end of the year. And yeah, let's just jump straight in. So the first book I want to talk about is, I was going to say is one I'm really excited for, but I'm obviously excited for all of them. But the first one I'm going to talk about is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I am so excited for this book. I read the 5th season trilogy, absolutely loved it. One of the best sci-fi books I've ever read. And I just really like N.K. Jemisin's writing as well. I read the little short story novella that goes alongside this that was released last year, I believe, and it was sort of the birth or rebirth, I don't know, like the rupturing out of the soul of New York City. And I thought the premise was so interesting and the way the story was told was so good. And so I knew I had to pick this up immediately. And basically what this book is about is New York City. And so the premise is that cities have souls. New York City has 6. And that's about all I know really. And that this is about New York City's 6 souls. And I'm just so intrigued by this premise. I just think it's such an interesting and unique idea. So I'm really excited to see how it actually plays out. And also I'm on a mission to read everything that N.K. Jemisin has ever written, so the next book I want to talk about is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I've mentioned this before, so I won't go too much into it. I think I've mentioned it in like 3 videos. Basically it is about this black woman who babysits nannies for a white family. And one day she takes out the child and a security officer stops her and accuses her of kidnapping. And I know that the wider theme is white allyship. So I am really excited to pick this up. I think I'm going to learn a lot from it, and I'm probably going to be taught a lot of lessons and have to look. I think it's probably going to force me to explore my own allyship, or explore is probably the wrong word, it's but like look at myself and how I practice allyship. And so yes, really excited. I'm hoping to get this read for the end of this month. I know the Unfriendly Black Hearties, I'll leave their YouTube channel below, which is a book club between quite a few friends actually, and they're reading Such a Fun Age this month, and they're going to do a live show at the end of the month for it. So I'd quite like to have it read so that I can watch that and join in a discussion with them. And yeah, I've been excited to read this book since its release and still haven't read it, so I need to, this is me holding myself accountable. I need to read this book desperately. The third book I'm going to mention is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've had this, I pre-ordered it, I went to the release book tour for this. I think I mentioned this in my mid-year freakout tag actually. It's signed, I've had this forever, but it is so big. I even bought the ebook of this so that I didn't have an excuse to not read it, because I was like, I can't carry this heavy hardback book around. It's huge, it's bigger than my head. But I still haven't read it, so obviously buying the ebook for stuff just does not work for me. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I mean this is beautiful. It's by Samantha Shannon, who wrote the Bone Season series, which is one of my favourite series ever. So excited for book 4. And yeah, I don't know a lot about this other than it's got dragons in it. But I'm kind of excited to not know anything and jump in Totally Blind. I know a lot of people have really liked this one. I've heard it has quite good lesbian rep in it, and I know it's got a queen in it, and it's set in a queendom, not a kingdom, a queendom. So I just cannot wait to read this one. It is just so big. Okay, so the fourth book that I want to mention is Patsy by Nicole Dennis Benn. I first heard about this from Jessie from Bow Ties and Books' channel. I'll leave their channel in the description, and they really liked this book and they were recommending it on YouTube and Instagram. I don't know a huge amount about this book. I picked it up because, again, a Kindle sale, story of my life. But I know that it's about, I think it's about a trans woman who leaves Jamaica and moves to the US, and it's about, you know, her being an immigrant there. And it's also, what I love is that it's about her moving to the US for herself and not to provide for her family. She doesn't send money back. It's for her to live her best life. And I think there's also a storyline of someone left in Jamaica and their life, and growing up there and moving into adulthood there. So I am really excited to read this one, and yes, one of my priorities, like all of these ones. And then the last two books that I'm gonna mention, I actually got, I can't remember what it was. It was a weekend last month, or it might have been the end of June, where everybody bought books to support Black authors, and I bought these two and haven't had a chance to read them yet. So I got Slay and The Poet X, so I'll quickly talk about them both. So Slay by Brittany Morris is, as far as I know, about a girl who creates her own game, and basically there's some kind of, it says on the back, a teenager is murdered over a dispute in her game, and she starts getting threats. But this game is one she's created for a safe space, and it's somewhere for her to escape, and then all of a sudden it's being attacked by everyone, the media, the public, and it's sort of her dealing with the fallout, trying to save it, I think. It's a really short book, and I don't want to just, you know, buy this to support a Black author and then never read it, never review it. I want to get to this ASAP, because buying it, I mean, I know it means something, but it's not, you know, for lack of a better phrase, it means nothing without actually reading and reviewing it and promoting it. So I can't wait to read this one, especially because it's about gaming as well, and there's not a lot of especially Black female perspectives, but female perspectives out there. It's very much a boys' club, and I don't agree with that. So the last book I'm going to talk about is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. The last book I'm going to talk about is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This has been out for a while, and I've wanted to read it for a while, but I was a little bit scared to go into it because it's written in prose. A lot of people love this. I'm not a big prose reader, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to jump in. I'm just going to get it. And her other books as well, her newer books, I think especially Clap When You Land, I'm so intrigued by that book and really excited to read it. I believe that's written in prose as well. So yeah, I don't know fully what this is about. Oh, Slam Poetry Club. Okay, so X has secrets, her feelings for a boy in her bio class, the notebook full of poems that she keeps under her bed, and a slam poetry club that will put those secrets into the spotlight. So yeah, I've heard that really like only good things about this, and if anyone has ever given it a negative review, it's about the fact that it's written in prose rather than anything to do with the actual subject and the actual story. So I'm really excited to read this one. So again, because I bought this to support Black authors, I think it's important that I actually read and review it and then talk about it here as well. So yes, all my priority books. I actually think most of them, 5 out of 6 of them I think are written by Black authors as well. So yeah. So those are the 6 books that I want to read before the end of this year. This is me holding myself accountable, so if I haven't read them by the end of December, everybody can shout at me or I can shout at myself. I'll name and shame myself next year if these are still on a list of books that I want to read. But yes, I'm really excited for every single one of these. So I will see you guys next week with another video. So if you like this, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Those are the 6 books that I want to read before the end of this year. This is me holding myself accountable, so if I haven't read them by the end of December, everybody can shout at me or I can shout at myself. I'll name and shame myself next year if these are still on a list of books that I want to read. But yes, I'm really excited for every single one of these. So I will see you guys next week with another video. So if you like this, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.